A really cool super, really fun super. You can also use it too to kind of like, if you know they can't do anything about it. If you put them into a situation where they can't do anything about it, then you can still use it, right? Not solved yet. And then we'll get into what you can do with it later. Next super is Kamele 1. It's not the best revolt super, but it does revolt super. It's completely invincible. Completely invincible on like the first like 4 frames. Sadly, after 4 frames though, it does get outbeat by other supers. Other supers do outbeat it, which kind of sucks. It's probably one of the worst revolt supers in the game, but hey, at least people who played Testament got one, right? We got one at least. It can also be used too for corner damage. If you want to get like massive damage after a counter hit, then you can use it. Downside to it is that it's very slow. It's like 14 frames on startup, like 11 frames on startup. Very slow. Another thing is that it does less damage than Moto, which is rammed badly, and you can jump over it. If you're above Testament, especially in the corner, you can jump over it, which is really weird and sucky, but yeah. It's a very finicky super. So, the other downside, look at the recovery. If you, I'm holding up, look how long it takes me. The recovery absolutely sucks. If somebody blocked this, it's like a minus 43. So, use it wisely. Again, if the people are pressuring you and they're just on top of you, then this is the super you want to use to get them off of you. And then you get Grave Reaper. You can send a Grave Reaper after, which is really good. Grave Reaper. Then now you got some pressure. The coolest thing about this super though is that you cannot you cannot RYC. You cannot red RC. No matter what you do, it will always be a PRC. So you can get some pretty cool combos. That sale less because you're not using a red RC. So I typically like using this super when I had 2 bars, and I'm fighting against somebody who can really pressure me, so I can just kind of use it and then get out. You know, that's typically how I like to use it. Or if I have the meter and they're pressuring me, aka somebody like Zato, and I see them do a button, and I know there's a gap, then I do it. Okay, those are supers, right? So. I guess we should probably get into... Okay, well, let's just frame like some neutral you can do. So, do not autopilot with crop, right? The best way to do this is to, if the Grave Reaper hit twice, then you can get a crop. Right? Or if you're kind of just standing around here and they're doing nothing, then sure, go ahead and send Crow. If you want to send Crow to bait them, still, you can do that. But remember, there's going to be a Rex reward. There's always going to be a Rex where they might guess right and you get hit and punished for it. And you die. And yeah, right. So some neutral is 5X is really good, right? They're coming in on you from a long distance, and they're kind of like that blocking, and then yeah, this is gonna catch them, and then you get another Grave Reaper. They jump 6P. 6P is also really good too, so to run up and use because it is disjointed. These are good. 5HS is also good for making them whiff and then doing it because it's disjointed. If you're fighting against somebody like Geo, 5HS is really, not 5HS, 2HS is really good for that matchup. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty damn good. If they're running in on you and they're really close and you can't use this, 5K. 5K or 2K. Those are your main options, 5K or 2K. Also, 2K, big thing to remember with 2K is that 2K low crushes, low profiles. So if Geo does a flip kick or a viral kick, you can 2K under them. If Kai I'm not sure what his thing is. There you go. How do you do his, there you go. There you go. Okay, so, there you go. This, you can 2K underneath, which is really good for the guy matchup. So, if they keep doing it, you can 2K. So, that's really your main neutral buttons. 5K, 2K, 5HS. So it's 5S and 5HS. These are the buttons you want to use the most, right? But mostly 2K, 5K, and if they're like coming in, whiffing and shit, then you can use 2S there. 2S is also pretty good too. Like this, and this are your main buttons. Those are the main buttons you want to use in neutral. When you're playing neutral. Those are the main buttons. Because all these buttons have something very similar, and they're very spammable. You can spam these buttons a lot. So, yeah. Also, 6P, obviously they jump. Okay, so again we can get into some cool combos. Like combos. Let's see here, combos. Okay, so if you have close and you get to 5K, you can try and play duty. Then you're gonna do H Grave Reaper. 5K duty, boom, boom. 5K into 6HS. That's a really good combo into, it depends on what you want here. Right? Grave Reaper, that's for straight damage. Straight damage, boom. You get that. Same goes for this too. Boom. Great, but you have succubus out. Crop. Right? Like an influence saying, all that good stuff. That's already a main combo. But on alternative, with that combo you can do setups. Right? You do this, but then you can teleport into 6HS Salt. That's 6HS. Into H Air Vulcan Grave Reaper. Right. So you can do that, right? Which is pretty good. That's you're really a main combo up close, right? But mostly you're gonna want to get your combos from Sane. So if you put Sane on them, and your main combo with Sane off of any hit you get is always going to be that. Right? If you just get this, right? If you get something close, so let's just say 5K, you're gonna do close slash into 2HS Grave Reaper. Charge it a bit and then Grave Reaper. That's going to allow you to put Sane back on them and basically loop that, just keep looping that. Which is really good. If you're a little bit farther away and you get it, then do not fear because you can do 5HS. Sorry, 5S again. You can do 5S again into it. You don't get a guaranteed Sane, but it does do a little damage. Gives you something. Or you can try to run up 5K 6HS. Just a little harder. There you go. And you go. That's something you can do. Then you got some really other cool combos, But yeah, these right here are really gonna be. This is what you always want to do. If you're close enough to do it, then close slash into this. That's what you want to do. Every time. That's going to give you everything. Which is pretty good. That's really your Sane combos. They do become a little bit more interesting in the corner, right? Because you can do stuff like that. But what I typically like to do is that if I get a hit on Sane, right, boom, you let it rock, and then use Grave Reaper. Because 2HX will float. It floats enough. Allow you to do 5K and do that. And you get a wall break. So typically, when you get Sane, you're gonna get it from this. So, but if you're close enough, and you get it, then boom, boom, 5K, 6HS, and then you can pick whatever you want. Typically, too, with wall breaks, right, you have two options. You can do Crow, which is the better option. It inflicts Sane, and Sane that allows you to, have an advantage, have a low advantage. Or you go for straight damage, and you do 6HS again. Obviously, it doesn't really work right there, because you have to do it very specifically. But the charge soul, and that gives you your most damage. So remember, if you're close enough, after you get any button, you're gonna do close slash into 2HS Grave Reaper. Corner, if you get the hit, you're gonna do close slash 2HS 5K into 6HS into Crown. Or charge Grave Reaper, whatever one. Charge Grave Reaper kills, then do it, obviously. Right? That's meterless, no meter. So if you have no meter, then do one of those options. If you do have meter, then your best option is going to be do that combo into Nosovia and then 6HS. High damage, good reward. Right now you're in a perfect position. This is where you want to be. Okay, that's really your main combos. Those are really your main combos. That aren't like flashy or cool, or anything. Most flashy combos that Testament do, if they fail, you're gonna die, sadly. But how about we get into some tech, some really nice tech we can do. Okay, so for starters, as you saw, after this combo, you can do that into this, right? Put a soul down, boom, boom, up, put a soul down, teleport into this. Really good, you get pressure, not a lot of things can actually stop you from that, which is really good. So that's a little setup you can do. Good friend of mine, as I said, Snake, taught me this one, which is apparently the best setup. But if you get a close knockdown with 2D, if you charge, it will hit twice, right? And that gives you a little setup. So I have them block after full set, right? And teleport, and then you get a grab. You get a grab setup, right? Or you can do 2D. But keep in mind that not 2D, close slash. Do keep in mind that they can grab you. That is why, when you do it, as Snake told me, you want to begin doing a meaty crowd. Meaty crowd. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. If you charge it right, then you will end up behind them. And that might mix them up a little bit, and you can get a 2K 2D. But yeah. Do keep in mind of this setup. If you get a close 2D lockdown, then you can do it. But remember, delay. When you get to 2D, delay it and then charge the soul from like a little bit, only a little, only like half charge. Send it out, then you get a grab setup. Typically, when you first do it though, you want to do meaty crowd. So, because meaty crow will allow them to basically make them into the mindset of they're gonna crow again, right? But then you teleport